So fierce. So apocalyptic.
Have you heard the news? Netflix are doing an Alexander docudrama. Now, I'm a bit concerned based on a lot of the stuff they've released recently, but today we're going to review the trailer that has just come out. So let's get into it.
Is coming. So fierce. So apocalyptic.
So far, yeah, the armour, I don't quite know what they're showing for the Macedonians here. It's not what they would have used at all, but we will cut it a bit of slack because it is a docudrama rather than an actual movie, so we'll see how it goes going forwards.
It will split the world in two.
Our king, my father, lies dead.
So I don't think it's quite going to be of the same calibre as 2004, Oliver Stone's Alexander, but it's got a bit of promise. At least we haven't seen a return to Cleopatra or Troy from Netflix, and we'll go into that in a bit more detail later on.
Dead, and the hand of Persia is to blame.
Let's make an example of this boy. Threaten Persia, and he won't live to try.
Now I have to say, I do quite like the thought of going into a bit more detail from Darius's perspective here and the Persians, just to give us a bit of a side. But hopefully they don't try and make the Persians out to be the good guys, whilst at the same time making the Greeks/Macedonians out to be the bad guys. Hopefully they keep it nice and balanced.
It is time you know your true identity, Alexander.
It looks like they've done a little bit of research at least, because that, I assume, was supposed to be Achilles' shield, and sort of the links between Alexander and Achilles.
You are the son of Zeus. Lead your men where Philip never could. Conquer Persia and beyond. It is your...
For me, the special effects here are a bit of a hindrance. Things like that, they kind of break the immersion for me. So hopefully in the final release it'll be slightly better.
Alexander is ruthless against Darius and the Persians, and he seizes the moment and takes decisive action. You underestimated Alexander. We are Persians. We do not cower. We do not panic.
Considering it's a lower budget film than Napoleon, they seem to have more extras in this than Ridley Scott was able to get for his film. So, yeah, maybe he could learn a thing or two.
I'm coming for you. And your throne.
So one thing that always annoys me in Hollywood films is when you always have the clash of the armies and it's just a disorganized rabble, and you always have to have that one guy who jumps in the air to try and strike. It's just so completely stupid. It really annoys me. Sorry, but yeah, that's just one of my pet peeves about Hollywood films.
What Alexander the Great accomplishes seems like something out of myth. And yet he did it.
Alexander was the greatest military mind of all time, and traces of the real man are emerging in Alexandria.
Two bitter enemies.
Darius needs to be purged. I will rip him apart with my own bare hands.
Now, I'm not too knowledgeable, to be honest, when it comes to Darius and the Persians in general. But yeah, him chopping up that mannequin there, does that seem like it would be in character with him? If any of you know, please leave a comment down below. I'd be quite interested.
Who will be victorious? Who will prevail?
So, ironically, I had actually just finished creating a review of 2004's Alexander when, I guess, YouTube then decided it would let me know about the Netflix one. So, quite interesting timing. What did you guys think about the advert? Based on Netflix's track record of historical accuracy, I'm quite surprised, to be honest, that they did cast, let's just say, a European as the lead, but nice to see that they're actually moving in the right direction. Hopefully this is something that will last, and someone probably of the right age as well. I mean, if you think Denzel Washington as Hannibal, he's a great actor, but he's 69. Hannibal's 25. Cleopatra, Jada Pinkett Smith, she's 52. Cleopatra died when she was 39. This chap, I'm not actually sure who he is, I haven't seen him in anything else. He actually looks to be the right age to be an Alexander. So again, good on them there for kind of getting the right ages. Uniforms / armour, yeah, that's a bit of a mess if you ask me. I mean, it kind of looked like they were taking pieces from almost the Vikings and the Dark Age sort of Northern Europeans. Some of it kind of looked almost like the uniforms worn by the different Italian states of the medieval to Renaissance period. Maybe it's a late Roman style, but it definitely doesn't look like Macedonian or Greek armour. Persian uniforms, they weren't too bad, but definitely for the Macedonians there's a bit of a problem. If you think that I'm wrong, again, please comment down below. This is just my opinions. Yeah, as you can see, I put a few photos from 2004 in just so that we can have that comparison between the two films. Obviously 2004's Alexander, they had a bigger budget, so maybe that has something to do with it, but not entirely sure. But overall, I'm going to say optimistic. I'm not going to say I was knocked out by it. There's definitely issues, from my mind anyway. But I think it could, or has the potential to be, pretty reasonable. It is a docudrama, not an actual full movie, so that'll be quite useful, I think, to give people hopefully a better understanding of the period. And for us as wargamers specifically, hopefully it brings in more knowledge and more people interested in the period who might want to come and have battles, refight Gaugamela, the Siege of Tyre. I mean, what an amazing siege that was, when he basically dug a causeway out into the ocean to besiege the island. Then he was on the boats leading the assault. Amazing battles. There's so much interesting stuff that happened during his empire building. So hopefully this will do the job to bring more people into a knowledge of the time frame. I mean, recently I read Herodotus. Oh, that was a very, very long read, but I got through it, and yeah, just the time period, it's very interesting. So hopefully it'll bring more people to at least get a bit of knowledge. So hopefully they do it accurately and give credit where credit is due to the historical characters. So yeah, fingers crossed it won't be a letdown. Anyway, let me know what you think below, and yeah, I'll see you next time.